audible? Thank you very much. Allow me first and foremost to ride on existing protocol and then to also commend the United Nations Office of the Special Advisor on Africa to the importance it gives to the African Dialogue series. I am very humble and honored on behalf of the African Union Economic, Social and Cultural Council and on behalf of 1.5 billion African citizens on the continent and over 300 million brothers and sisters scattered across the world, the AU 6th region, our diaspora. The African Union landmarks and designation of 2025 AU Theme of the Year, dedicated to justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparation, represent a revolutionary framework for addressing historical injustices. These initiatives confront the legacy of transatlantic slavery, colonialism, and systemic racism that created enduring economic, social, and political disparities across generations. The AU 2025 theme represents a paradigm shift while dismantling structural remnants of colonial imposed system. This framework transcends conventional human rights approaches. Its implementations demand unprecedented continental unity and global solidarity. This global solidarity is what we are witnessing today as we are uniting forces and lending support to each other to echo the pressing need for reparative justice. Reparations are not just about the past, they are about the future, a future where history is acknowledged, justice is served, and African and people of African descent can thrive with dignity and equality in fulfillment of the Africa we deserve. The 2025 theme is even more impactful in this year where the African Union sits as a full-fledged G20 member, while South Africa leads the presidency under the banner of solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Our G20 leadership is more than symbolic. It is the engine for reparation in action, the engine for economic sovereignty, technological self-determination, and unyielding dignity. This theme has brought a new momentum across the continent and the diaspora. We have cast aside the traditional petitioning with over 1.8 billion people. We are ready to take our destiny in our hands as architects of a world where Africa set the blueprint. This brings us to a fundamental question: what is the role of ECOSOCC in this important context? And in responding to that, I want to clearly indicate that one of our fundamental roles is to mobilize civil society organizations, which is a cornerstone of our mandate in advancing the AU reparation agenda, and ensure that the strategic mobilization of civil society across the continent and the African diaspora is central to this endeavor. It is also important to note that we have also played a significant role in terms of bringing civil society perspective through the civil society white paper that ECOSOCC has led the process in developing, in ensuring that we have civil society input and there is a sense of ownership in the final outcome of the African Common Position on Reparation. We are also playing a significant role in the popularization and ensuring that we're able to raise awareness and building the global movement for reparation. The road to reparation is complex and often met with resistance, but the AU's commitment is clear. The cost of inaction is too high, and the moral weight of history is too heavy to ignore. Thus, ECOSOCC calls upon all stakeholders, African government, diaspora communities, international partners, and civil society organizations to unite across borders and generations, build platform for truth-telling, intergenerational learning, and collective healing to confront the system that sustain historical wrongs and dismantle the structural legacies that continue to marginalize African people. Moreover, we remind the global community that reparation encompasses far more than financial compensation. They require a human rights-based approach that centers restoration of dignity, truth, and institutional justice. This includes political restitution, legal redress, cultural reclamation, psychological healing, the return of looted artifacts, and the rectification of African marginalization in the global governance. In conclusion, at ECOSOCC, we reaffirm our role as the voice of the African people, the bridge to the diaspora, and the engine of participatory governance. We will continue to mobilize civil society, facilitate international solidarity, and amplify the voices that history tried to silence. I thank you. So thank you very much. What I would like to say, the conversation around reparatory justice should not be limited to intergovernmental negotiation or state-centric diplomacy alone. We need to create a broad-based kind of an environment where civil society, other like-minded institutions have a role to play so that the conversation becomes more transformative reparatory discourse rather than a state-centric negotiation or state diplomatic approach to it. So I think we require more of a broad-based participatory governance kind of an approach in this particular kind of conversation. Then it creates room for us to be able to shape the conversation and to get the outcome that we desire.